Hello! My name is Kallista, and welcome back to Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. In the last episode, Genocide Jill revealed herself to the students, and I got rather aggravated, shall we say, by this game's lack of research, lack of respect, and just the fact that it plays into most of the Hollywood stereotypes about the mentally ill. I'm gonna try to not get quite so angry in this episode. I'm not promising anything, but I'm gonna try to not be quite so pissy, okay? This is the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack. This is beyond insane.
Miss Jack, Jill, can I ask you a question?
What's up?
Some of us think you might be the mastermind behind our entire situation. What are your thoughts on that?
Highly doubtful, given that they're also a part of the killing game. Why would you know, if you were creating this whole little spectacle, why would you allow yourself to potentially become one of the victims? That really doesn't make much sense.
Well, I'll tell you, I am the mastermind of all masterminds! Just kidding!
Then it's not true?
Of course it's not true! How dare you try to link me to that creepazoid?
Monokuma, be polite.
And another thing, the police and government and society in the outside world are totally powerless. I mean, they just let this idiotic, bloodthirsty maniac go buck wild all over town.
I mean, I don't like how he said it, but it is fair. The police were letting a serial killer, who in fact turned out to be a high school student, kill people around Japan. That's... ugh.
Sure, I'm a bloodthirsty maniac, but life is pain, right? To live is to hurt other people. It's a necessary evil if you want to survive. The act of living itself causes pain for everyone. Just kidding again!
My thoughts exactly, Makoto.
This should be enough to convince you. This murderous fiend is responsible for Chihiro's death.
Except she's not.
There's clearly a motive, so there should be no doubt.
What's the motive? Pray tell, what is the motive, Byakuya?
A motive?
Exactly, Sakura. Punch him. Get him.
Remember what Monokuma told us? If someone didn't murder and graduate within 24 hours, an embarrassing memory or secret would be revealed. Well, let's assume that Toko's secret was about Genocide Jack. If a secret like that came to light, Toko's life would have undoubtedly been forever ruined. So she had a very clear motive to never have that side of herself exposed.
Except she did that herself. She told you about it, so...
Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. But sorry, as much as I hate to admit it, I'm not the culprit.
But I cannot imagine anyone other than you could murder someone in such a bizarre fashion.
It really wasn't. It was a bat with a dumbbell. That's not a bizarre fashion. That's pretty normal, to be honest.
Maybe so, but nevertheless, it's the truth.
Do you really expect any of us to believe you?
I believe her.
Yeah, I could never believe a word you say, you monster.
Maybe she's totally right about that, but something's still bothering me. What she said. I need to get some more details about all of this. Okay. Make your argument. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what you want
but I
here.
didn't kill anyone.
You say that, But do you really expect any of us to believe it?
Perhaps if you had an alibi, that would change things.
Oh, an alibi, huh? Now we're talking!
When you compare your past murders to this incident, the modus operandi matches completely.
Lies!
No, that's wrong! Are the methods of murder really exactly the same? I'm not so sure about that.
Yes, Makoto! Point out his bullshit!
I think there's a slight difference between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There are so many differences.
Huh? How's it any different?
Uh-oh, you don't know? Well then, human garbage, let me tell you!
I can't say I'm exactly, angry at Jill calling Hero human garbage. Don't get me wrong, it's not that I dislike Hero. He's just kind of useless. He's just kind of stood around being like, what? How? Why? He very rarely helps, so I do kind of like that.
I murder with passion and conviction. I consider myself a professional, and I have a very particular way of doing things. Imagine you go to a fancy Italian restaurant. They're very picky about the noodles, the sauce, everything. But what happened to Chihiro? It'd be like if that same Italian restaurant started using ragu or Chef Boyardee. This is no creation of mine.
Let me rephrase that, in a way that maybe makes more sense. There are two clear differences between the Genocide Jack cases and this one.
There's one clear difference between the murders. The victim's fatal injury, the style of the bloody message. It's the fatal injury.
I got it! For one, the cause of death is different. In the Genocide Jack murders, all the victims were killed the same way. According to the case file, they were all apparently killed with a pair of scissors. But Chihiro died from a blow to the head, right?
Ah, yes. That is remarkably different from the other murders.
Indeed. It's almost like Toko had absolutely no involvement with Chihiro's death.
Wouldn't it be strange for someone who kills the same way without fail to suddenly change their method? And there's more. One more conflicting detail.
That's right. In my recipe of murder, if the bloody message is the tortellini, then the arrangement of the body would be the pesto sauce.
Could you please stop comparing killing people to cooking?
So, are you saying the other difference has to do with how the body was arranged?
That's right. The second difference is related to how she was suspended, how the body was posed, what was used.
I got it! Do you remember what the killer used to suspend her? They used some kind of rope to hang her up by her wrists.
What is your point?
Well, in all the previous Genocide Jack cases, something else was used to suspend them.
The scissors that killed them.
Specifically, pairs of razor-sharp scissors.
And guess what? I used my own specially designed scissors for the murders and the arrangement. Like I said, I'm a professional, so naturally I'm very picky about the tools I use. And you know what else? Big Mac said there's two differences, but he's wrong.
Okay, so I'm guessing human garbage is Hero. We're Big Mac. Okay, I'll take that.
Big Mac? Are you referring to me?
Compared to human garbage, I'd take that nickname.
Listen up, Big Mac. There's actually one more difference.
The presented gender.
Huh?
Yep.
My word, you really didn't notice? Take a look at who the victims were in each Genocide Jack case.
They're all dudes.
There's a pattern there, just waiting to be discovered.
A pattern?
Figure that out, and it'll be plain as death why I couldn't have possibly killed that little lolly girl.
Let's see. there was a pattern surrounding the Genocide Jack victims, and Chihiro didn't fit it? I think I figured it out. I know why she couldn't have killed Chihiro. Because Chihiro was her lover, Chihiro was her friend, because Chihiro was a girl, or at least presenting as one.
I got it! Is it because Chihiro was a girl?
Bingo! Bullseye! Right on the money!
What are you talking about?
In all the Genocide Jack cases, all the victims had something in common.
Penis. Now, of course, that's not to say that all men have penises and that all women have vaginas. However, I imagine in this case, they probably did. Ken Harada, 32. Tetsushiro Honda, 17. Shoji Gaku, 23. Kano Issei, 14. Takeshi Yoshida, 30. Komatsuna Taro, Takafumi Gono, Uchida Naohira, Takeshi Masamue, Yuto Umejima. There was no end to it. Again, I apologize for the dodgy pronunciations.
They were all guys?
Exactly.
That's right! The people I kill with such passion and conviction are all adorable little men! I can't believe I said it! I'm so embarrassed!
The hell is wrong with you?
I can't help it! I'm just a full-throttle boy-on-boy fangirl, and the mopey side of me just hates it. But now I'm on the fast track to becoming a full-fledged fan madam!
So since Chihiro was a girl and not an adorable little man, you wouldn't kill her?
Would an Italian chef suddenly start making ramen just because they're both noodles? Don't be stupid. I have too much passion and conviction to cross that line. That's the absolute reality of the one and only.
We get it. You've clearly explained your hobby and your philosophy. But that's not all there is to it.
Byakuya, you can stop now. You can stop now. It's all come out. You can just admit you were being a hoe. We think you're wrong. You are incorrect. Admit you're a hoe.
It's a different matter entirely, when you're forced to kill in order to survive.
Quiet, lowly cur!
That's it, Jill. That's it.
Lowly cur?
Slap him.
I would never kill for a reason as petty as mere survival. And if by some fluke I did kill to survive, why would I bother with the message and arrangement? It'd make me the obvious suspect!
Exactly.
That does make some amount of sense.
Hell, Celeste, you yourself said, like, oh, writing the bloodlust thing is an incredibly stupid thing to do. Oh, you know, we're dealing with a stupid killer. You said that. You can't deny her logic.
Plus, whatever reason I have for killing, I would never leave out my prized scissors. Who would go out of their way to use a big, stupid, heavy dumbbell?
To be honest, could Toko have even lifted the dumbbell? Like, Toko does not... Like, just looking at her build, she doesn't look all that strong, and that dumbbell was weighted to the nines.
Maybe you used the dumbbell because you couldn't find any scissors in the school?
Any scissors? I don't just use any scissors. I only use my own set of high-class, envy of the entire world scissors!
Okay, whatever. There still aren't any in the school.
Are you sure about that?
Oh, no.
Da-da-da-da!
I will admit that is some cool art. I still don't approve, but it is pretty cool.
She's fully equipped.
She's locked and loaded.
That's right! So I can kill anywhere, anytime. Why would I resort to dumbbells or rope when I have my trusty scissors by my side? Go ahead, tell me I'm wrong. You can't, can you? Gutter dogs, all of you. Not to mention, I have no clue how to tie a good knot. The rope's totally out of the question anyway.
I have no idea what's going on anymore. Could such a heinous villain really be innocent?
In this case, yes.
But the body really was suspended, right? And nobody but the police knew about that.
The police, the killer, and the hoe.
Yeah. That's why we figured it had to be the real deal and not some copycat killer or whatever.
Actually, hold on, there is one person! One person who could have copied the Genocide Jack cases. It's Byakuya. You!
Here's my answer. Byakuya, it's possible you could have found out, isn't it? You'd have no problem gaining access to classified government documents or internal police records. Plus, you'd already looked through the Genocide Jack file before this all happened, hadn't you?
Oh, now you're going silent? Now you have no words for us, Byakuya?
Are you saying Mr. Togami did it?
Yes, I am, and I'm also saying he's a hoe. Hoe.
Then the reason he pushed the theory of Genocide Jack being the killer so hard was...
Because he's a bitch.
Because he wanted to pin the crime on her.
So, he rearranged the scene to disguise it and make it look like I put my stamp on it. The adorable glasses man was behind it all. Oh, I'm on fire!
No, not you too.
Well, Byakuya, what's your response?
I see. So now the suspicion falls on me.
Why did you do all this? Because I don't think Byakuya killed Chihiro. It would make no sense for Chihiro to ask Byakuya to work out. The only person who could have done it is Mondo. And again, the dumbbell was really big and bulky. I don't think Byakuya could have picked that up. So, were you trying to get people killed? Like, he's a hoe. He's a hoe. That's the only explanation I can come up with. He's trying to prove how smart he is by, I guess, pushing the idea of like, oh, Genocide Jack did it. Genocide Jack did it. Psych, it wasn't them. Why? Why would you do this?
Then I must ask, when would you say I began acting suspicious? Surely you must have an answer.
From the very beginning. Literally the first words out of your mouth were suspicious.
Looking back and thinking about it now, the way you were acting right before we discovered the body was a little strange.
Thank you. I'm glad the game confirmed that. It wasn't like, nah, you were just being paranoid. Your hatred of Byakuya sort of like, you know, made you suspicious. No, the game is like, yeah, he was acting suspicious. Thank you, game. And the locker rooms. They're suspicious. Very suspicious indeed. Wouldn't you agree? Huh? Suspicious? It seems nobody's searched the locker rooms. Let's start with the girls' locker room.
You wanted to go to the girls' locker room right away, right? But since you're a guy...
I should have naturally thought of the boys' locker room first. Is that what you want to say?
I mean, I could also accuse you of being a pervert. I'd be very happy to do so.
The victim was Chihiro, a girl. Hence why I said we should check the girls' locker room.
Nothing strange about that, I'd say.
Hifumi, don't back him up.
On the contrary, there's something very strange.
Okay then, what's so strange about it? Go ahead, share with the rest of the class.
There was a clear contradiction in what Byakuya just said. I need to make it clear to everyone. A new element has been added to non-stop debates. Would you like to hear more? Yes. To be very blunt, I don't actually know what Makoto is talking about right now. Genuinely, I don't know what contradiction he's talking about. Hopefully it'll become clear to me. Next, we're going to add something called a truth flashback. If you aim at a weak spot and hold down the left mouse button, then you'll memorize that weak spot. Okay, left to memorize, right? Okay, I can remember that. This memorized phrase can only be shot once as a single truth bullet. If you shoot or change the truth bullet, it will disappear from your truth cylinder. However, you can use this flashback feature as many times as you want. If you don't seem to have the answer to a lie or contradiction loaded in your truth bullets, it might be wise to memorize a different weak spot and use that to make your case. Okay, I can remember that. When's the best time to flashback? Well, you'll just have to use your keen wits, won't you? In this case, though, I will say that if you don't use a flashback, you won't be refuting anything. Well then, good luck and have fun. Okay. Make your argument. So none of these actually matter. Well, there's only one.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
I want to watch this play out.
With the opportunity to check out the girls' locker room.
Hifumi!
You absolutely take it! That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro, who was a girl. So of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Hifumi! Hearing Byakuya's comment about Chihiro being a girl, I realise there's a clear contradiction there. I need to make that contradiction clear. Are we doing what I think we're doing? Is this what I think it is?
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body. But he was acting weird... how?
If you're presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
Oh,
room...
I get it! We're not doing what I thought we're doing!
That's a natural reaction
I get it! We didn't know it was Chihiro!
The victim was
I was being
Chihiro,
slow! I was
who was a
being
girl.
slow! I know what I'm doing
So of course
now!
I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions.
Okay, I'm ready.
What's
Next
so
time around,
strange
I'm ready.
about
We've got
that?
5 minutes.
I
I
wish
can
you'd
faff
taken
about
me
for a
with
bit.
you.
Okay, don't worry. I've got this. I've got this, Makoto. 3rd time's the charm.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the body.
How do?
But he was acting weird...
How?
how?
Right. Oh my god, I've got my left and my right mixed up. Whoops, that's 4th time's the charm. Oh god. I can't believe I did
That's a natural
that.
reaction for any guy!
I looked at my
The
hand
victim
beforehand
was
to be like,
Chihiro,
which one is
who
my
was a
left and which
girl.
is my right.
So
Whoops.
of course I would suggest we check the girls' locker room first. There was no time for pointless distractions. What's so strange about that?
Okay.
I wish you'd taken me with you.
Okay, 4th time. 4th time's the charm.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the
No.
body.
Wait a minute.
Shoot!
I'm so confused as to what I'm doing.
So, you said Byakuya was acting kind of weird before we found the
Okay.
But he was acting weird...
There we go. It's a hold. It's a hold,
If
not a
you're
click.
presented with the opportunity to check out the girls' locker
As I said,
room...
I'm not too good with finicky
Absolutely
details.
take
I
it.
forget.
That's a natural reaction for any guy!
The victim was Chihiro.
And you didn't know that.
No, that's wrong. I'll tell you what's so strange about that. Because up until we actually discovered the body, we couldn't have known who the victim was. So your claim that you went to the girls' locker room first because Chihiro was the victim doesn't hold up.
Bitch.
I see. That's a good answer, I must admit. Interesting. Very interesting indeed. But your reasoning is still too weak.
No, it isn't. You're just a hoe.
What's wrong? Is that it? Surely you've got more than that. Go ahead. Show us.
What's with Byakuya's attitude? It's like he doesn't even care. It's because he's not the killer. I've got him cornered, but he's acting like it has nothing to do with him, because he's just the one that posed Chihiro. He actually didn't have anything to do with this.
What's the matter? You're not finished already, are you? There must be more to it.
Makoto, sometimes the only way to win is not to play. Call him a bitch and call his bluff.
There is, I think.
There is more to it. Think about it.
Thank you, Kyoko. Thank you.
We just talked about the differences between this case and past Genocide Jack incidents.
The cord.
The proof you're looking for is hidden in there.
Oh? Proof that I'm the culprit, you mean?
No, just the proof that you're a hoe. That's what Kyoko's thinking. That is absolutely what Kyoko is thinking. The difference between this case and other Genocide Jack murders. The evidence that proves Byakuya is responsible is hidden in there? What could it be? Okay, let's see what we have. The desk lamp? Perhaps?
What? The difference between the cases? You want me to explain it again? When I want to kill, I use my very own special scissors. And I use those same scissors to arrange the body.
But Chihiro was suspended with... It was some kind of rope. Was it not?
That's
Almost.
right! It absolutely was!
Then there must be something very fishy indeed about that rope.
Hey, Byakuya, where'd you get it from, huh?
I'd never seen that rope before in my life.
Lies!
No, that's wrong. Actually, I'm pretty sure you have seen it before.
That's it, Makoto, tell him!
Because, you see, that rope, or should I say, that extension cord?
What? An extension cord?
Seriously, did no one else... Did no one look at it? God damn it, guys.
Byakuya, you've used the extension cord in the library more than once, haven't you? And the same extension cord that was in the library all this time went missing after the murder. And there's no way someone who uses that extension cord as much as you do wouldn't discover that fact.
And Byakuya must be the one who took the extension cord. I can't imagine any other possibility.
That's really what you think? Then your conclusion is something like this?
My conclusion is that you are a hoe.
I killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, then hung her up and wrote that bloody message.
No, you don't have the guts for that.
I intentionally made it look like Genocide Jack was behind it. Is that about right?
No, not at all. You're wrong. Again. As you often are. He's doing it again. He's totally calm, totally unconcerned. As if he's not even involved, because he isn't. Wait, not even involved?
What's wrong? I asked you if you think that's what happened.
Tell him no. Tell him no.
Hell yes, that's what happened. So that's it, right? Byakuya's the killer.
I don't disagree with not disagreeing.
He kept calling this a game, right? So he'd be totally willing to do something like this to win.
Sorry, but could we hold on just a second?
That's it, Makoto. Use your logic and reasoning. Do what Kyoko would do.
I think we need to talk about this a little more.
Do we really need to? We've already decided who did it.
And if we vote for him, we're dead.
I know, but still, there's something that's still bothering me.
Is that right? And what, pray tell, is still bothering you? I killed her in the girls' locker room, then disguised my crime.
Buddy, what is your game plan? What is your game plan? Are you suicidal? Is that what's going on here? He wants to die? He's just like, I can't be arsed with this. I'll trick everyone. Buddy, no.
Specifically, I dressed it up to make it look like it was the work of a homicidal psychopath. What about all that bothers you?
Wait. What was that just now? Something's not right. Byakuya's remarks just now. There's something in there that concerns me. Genocide Jack's presence, the scene of the crime, the extension cord. The scene of the crime?
I got it!
Yes!
You say you killed Chihiro in the girls' locker room, right? But are you sure about that? Isn't it possible that the murder took place somewhere else?
How disappointing.
Buddy, you're talking out your arse right now. You do not get to judge me.
What kind of question is that? Even in the world of disappointments, this is a true letdown.
Mate, every breath you draw is a true letdown.
She was found dead in the girls' locker room. There is absolutely no question about that.
Yeah, she was found dead. She wasn't killed there.
How could the scene of the crime have been anywhere else?
The scene of the crime was right next door.
Well, I think it's entirely possible that she was killed somewhere else, then carried there later, along with the rest of the murder scene.
Exactly, Makoto.
The rest of the murder scene?
Oh, buddy, did you not realize that? Did your little brain not know that? Oh, buddy, diddums. I hate him. I hate him so much. And with my vitriol complete, I am gonna leave off right here. In the next episode, we make Byakuya look like a total dumbass, and I cannot wait. So until then, please remember to like if you enjoyed, leave a comment below, and if you wanted to subscribe, it would be very much appreciated. I've been Kallista. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.